Hey everyone, welcome to Travel and Goals. This video will give you 15 great airport and traveling tips during COVID-19 that I use that will help you with your traveling plans. Let's get started. Tip number 1. Get tested for COVID-19 within 2 days of traveling, especially if you are traveling outside of the country. You don't want to be sick when you get to the airport. If you have COVID-19 symptoms such as a high temperature, you may not be able to fly. Even worse, if you are flying to another country and get sick on the plane, because of restrictions in many countries, you may get your temperature checked when you get off the plane. If you have symptoms, there is a possibility that you may not be permitted to enter the country and you will have to quarantine in that country. Check the restrictions of the country you are traveling to before flying there. Tip number 2. Get travel insurance that include medical coverage. If you are traveling to another country, get travel medical insurance that covers COVID-19, its symptoms, and other medical emergencies. Most insurance policies that you currently have don't cover you once you leave the country that you're from. Make sure you check with your insurance agency and research travel insurance plans that will cover COVID-19 and other emergencies. Tip number 3. Social distance as much as possible weeks prior to going to the airport and at the airport. You don't want to get sick prior to your travel plans or when you get to your destination. If you have COVID-19 symptoms, such as a high temperature, you may not be permitted to fly or enter another country. Tip number 4. If you don't want to eat or drink at the airport and on the plane, eat before going to the airport. To have water with you, pack an empty water bottle in your carry-on. Fill up your water bottle after you leave the security screening area and before getting on the plane. Tip number 5. Check into your flight on your phone and have your boarding pass on your phone as well. This will help to avoid surface contact and physical contact with airport agents. Tip number 6. Use the Curbside Check-in. Most of the time, the line is short and it usually moves faster. With this option, you wouldn't have to use the check-in kiosk and you don't have to lug all of your belongings into the airport. Have your electronic ticket on your phone and a credit card if you're paying luggage fees. Some airlines charge a small fee for this service. Check with your airline. And the agents do accept tips for this service. Tip number 7. Wear a face mask in the airport and on the airplane. Most major airlines now require passengers to wear face masks on their planes until further notice. There are passengers who are exempt, such as young kids and passengers with breathing difficulty. Check with your airline for other exemptions. Tip number 8. Wash your hands as much as possible. Hand washing with soap and water is more effective than using hand sanitizer. Use hand sanitizer when you're not able to get to the restroom. Tip number 9. Take hand sanitizer with you. Currently, TSA is allowing up to 12 ounces of hand sanitizer per passenger in their carry-on bags until further notice. With a shortage of hand sanitizers, have your own available. Use hand sanitizer if you are not able to wash your hands. Use it after using the kiosk, check-in counter, going through security screening using handrails, elevators, shuttles, taxis, etc. If others want to use your hand sanitizer, pour it in their hands. Don't give them your bottle. Tip number 10. Have disposable gloves with you. Wear disposable gloves when you feel it necessary to do so at the airport and on the plane. Also wear them to disinfect your seating area on the plane. Remove and discard dirty gloves after use. Tip number 11. Sit in first class or business class and get a window seat. For more room in your seating area on the plane, get a first class or business class ticket and/or get a window seat to be away from aisle traffic. With these options, you will have less contact with people on the plane. Tip number 12. Bring individually packaged antibacterial wipes to wipe down areas you will touch while seated on the plane, such as your seat, seat belt, tray table, seat back pocket, touchscreen monitor, window, and any other surface that you will touch. Tip number 13. Pack a thermometer, over-the-counter medications you might need due to a possible shortage at your destination, and bring extra prescription medication just in case you have to stay longer. Tip number 14. Always carry identification, your medical insurance information, and an emergency contact on you in case of an emergency. And tip number 15. Know the restrictions for the place that you are traveling to and the pandemic hotspots in that area. For additional information on your travel destination, check with the CDC, the World Health Organization, U.S. Transportation Security Administration, the airport, and your airline's website. I hope you got some tips from this video. If you have any questions, put them in the comment section. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Safe traveling, goals.